I'll try to remind you next week, Chuck, to announce this, okay, for the tickets?
Yeah, you guys have a great day.
Okay. Enjoy it. It's nice out there.
Have that fun. That's what you have.
Okay.
Voice of the Voiceless. Rip, rip. You already know. It's your boy, St. Mike. Mike.
They're all gone now. See you later.
Mike Babylon. Rip, rip. This your man keeps reporting to me, Mr. Moscato, the greatest man walking the face of the street. Rip, rip. I'm Keeper Joe, and I'm here to help people.
Rip, rip.
Hi.
Big Peter Ghost, Rock Peace.
See you later.
Bye.
Voice of the Voice.
You said hi.
Politics, religion. Yeah. Rip, rip. Entertainment. New names. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Now, John Mark.
Sleep alone. Next door from the vegetarians, the vegans.
You were just listening to Mongo Time with Chuck and Rosie. Their show just ended.
Lonely boy loves you. Hey there, lonely girl. Lonely girl.
I don't know the rest of it.
I don't know the rest, but all you lonely girls, cut it out. Have that fun.
Have that fun. WCUW 91.3 FM, Voice of the Voiceless. We are here, as we are every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. It is your boy Truth It, here to address any and all things when it's time to, and it's time to. And of course, I'm here with...
And I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm here to help keep it real for you folks.
All right.
That's what we do here.
So, True, how was your week going first? How was your weekend?
Weekend went well. I was on a camping trip, and then I had to leave before the rain saturated the whole tent, you know. So that was good. We got out before the rain ended. We was out in the woods tenting with Mormon church and stuff at their retreat area up in Vermont called Camp Joseph, where Joseph Smith has his. That's where he was born. So we were up there. It was good. It was a lot of love and a lot of fun and slipping slides, and lots of people were eating and lots of people were just talking and having a good time. There was a lot of people having that fun for the weekend. I hope everybody had a weekend as wonderful as mine.
Well, was it camp? Now, was it camping light or was it real camping? What I mean is, did you guys have to live off the earth and fish, and you brought your own, or did you bring your own food and everything?
They brought their own food, and Lebanon, New Hampshire is only 15 minutes away.
Okay, so
yeah, but you know, we were in the tent. Me and Laura, we were in the tent. Had to put the tent up. You know, had a little fireside campfire and everything. We just spent most of the time just us two together, talking a lot, throwing the logs on the fire. You know, just chilling and kicking back.
Oh, that sounds like it was romantic.
Yeah, no bears this year.
Yep.
No bears, but there were coyotes all over the place, howling at a pack of deer, trying to cut one out so they can have something to eat. But I don't know how that worked out for them. So
yeah,
it was coyotes, but the bears stayed away.
So you just said, what do you do on a, so you said you talked a lot, you threw logs on the fire. What else do you do? Like, what's, especially for kids, because I have 6 kids, and when they go places, they want to do stuff. They don't want to just sit around. They want to
these kids
burn energy.
they formed little tribes in the age group area and stuff.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, the older kids were playing volleyball and
All right.
and talking among themselves, waiting for the darkness to come so they can show off their machismo by staying up. And the younger kids were just, you know, they were all over having their little tribes too. And then they had this big slip and slide. It was probably, oh, I don't know, probably close to 200 feet long.
Yep.
A big thing, and they put the dish liquid on it and water and everything, and they slide down and laugh and joke and tumble around all over the place and get all sudsy. And it was a lot of fun. They was having a lot of fun. Then they eat in a pavilion type of area. They just sit around and eat all the time. They had a birthday party for one of the little girls. So everybody was just enjoying the company of everybody else. And because it is religious, they did have fireside type of thing. They had one guy. He used to have a band and stuff. So he was singing songs. He had his guitar, and he was accompanied by a violinist who played the harmonica. So that was good. And people were singing and laughing. And when the fireside came and saying their prayers, and everybody was just feeling the spirit, I guess is what they like this, you know, people like to say. And it was a happy, good, lucky time. I had fun. I went to all the stuff and laughed and talked to all the people. And, but a lot of times I just sat up at the fire, me and Law was up there and just chilling.
Oh, okay.
You know? Chill.
So you had. So do you feel refreshed when you came back?
Felt smoky.
Oh, because of all the logs and stuff on the fire.
I was exhausted when I came back. Cause,
Really?
you know, we in the tent. It got cold. You know, it's cold. So you're sleeping in the sleeping bag. It's cold. You know, it was cold. But that adds to the flavor. That's all the fun too. You know.
Yep.
So it wasn't we didn't backpack in and set up tents like, you know, I like doing that too. You know, backpacking and then setting up stuff. I like doing that in faraway places like Alaska and places like that. So that's a lot of fun too.
Right. Well, Troop, if you looking for something to do tonight after you've recovered and you rejuvenated yourself, or if you're going to take a nap and you want to do something tonight, Tuesday night live at Vincent's with Mike Ladd at 7 p.m. and Boogie Chillin' at 8 p.m.
Boogie Chillin'.
Tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 49 Suffolk Street, live on air and on the web at wcuw.org. I think I'm going to be tuning in.
I might tune in myself.
My weekend was kind of uneventful. You know, it was Labor Day weekend, an extra day. Cooked on the grill. Did nothing special. You know. Third shift, Troop.
Third shift.
Third shift. I want to quit already. I don't like. Man is meant to sleep during the third shift, not work. So I'm starting to get tired of the third shift stuff.
Third shift is a rough shift, but third shift's also a great shift depending upon what your needs are in the daylight hours.
Well, speaking of needs in the daylight hours, does Bill Coleman?
Yes,
Bill Coleman. Does Bill Coleman really need the social justice warriors? First off, we need something to describe them. Because if you call them social justice warriors, they get offended about that. They say we're not social justice warriors.
I'm not sure what that means anyway, but I don't know why they would get offended, because that's all they're doing. They're trying to juxtapose every evil in a moral fabric as it should be socially justice.
Yep.
They got everything all mixed up together like a big gumbo.
Right. Well, Bill
But they're
Coleman.
social justice warriors.
Yes, they're social justice warriors. I don't know what they call them. I don't know about all that, but Bill Coleman, nearly every morning, Bill Coleman finds himself sitting over a cup of coffee in a booth at a Gold Star restaurant. You know, those little coffee. There's a couple of breakfast shops at Gold Star Boulevard.
Okay.
That they got some really good stuff, really good restaurants over there in West Boylston Street. And in this place, everybody knows Bill Coleman, and Bill Coleman knows everyone. And that's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Whether you like him or you hate him, you know him. Bill Coleman has been everywhere, and he is everywhere. So Bill Coleman is the kind of person that is known by a lot of people. The question is, Is Bill Coleman for you?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I think Bill Coleman's a strange type of animal. He's all right. I like Bill Coleman, and I think actually he's got a good possibility of being elected this year, which I think is amazing.
And he's running for District 1?
District 1,
yeah,
and I think he could get in, and I think he'd do a good job. I think he'd be blocked a lot. I think the people that who sit on the council with him and stuff won't give him the respect he deserves as a council member. They'll try to juxtapose some kind of silly thing. Well, you're new, you got to learn the ropes. You don't have to learn any ropes. You're there representing the people. And I think he'll try to represent the people.
Yeah, he will.
But he'll put his issues are going to be first. Yeah.
But he was there. Bill Coleman's been at pretty much every city council meeting since day one, so I don't think there's much that they could teach you. Maybe he can. Maybe he knows more than they learn.
Yeah, hopefully.
Voiceless.
Hopefully, Bill Coleman. Like I said, I hope he gets in and stuff like that. He's definitely stayed the course, so his resolve is strong. He's been around for a while, getting in there, and his old-fashioned politicking. I like that. I believe that if you really want to win the hearts of the people, it takes more than door knocking and standing and waving on the street. You got to sit down and you got to listen to the people and listen to their heart. And Bill Coleman does that. So I think that's a big plus in his favor for getting elected.
Talk about that right now.
So go on, Bill.
Yep, we go.
Keep going, Big Bill. Because I know you really want to do some good, and that's another thing that Bill Coleman has, I think, going for him.
And this is on Chandler Street, correct?
He wants to do some good.
Okay, yeah.
Other people want to just have their own little platforms and their own little notoriety and everything about them. Bill Coleman actually wants to do some good.
Thank you for the
But he's selective, and that's he'll get away from that once he gets elected.
Well, we just got a caller, Troop. And I don't know if Bill Coleman is I don't think District 1 is Chandler Street, is it?
I don't know.
I have to figure out. I'm gonna have to look this up.
I think I'm in District 1.
Right.
Salisbury Street.
So whichever city councilor, and I'm gonna look this up, on Chandler Street is responsible for Chandler Street. Why is it not being cleaned up? Why is it on Chandler Street you can't even go to like the gas station to get milk, bread, or cigarettes without drug dealers approaching you?
I know.
There's a lot of bad things going on over on, and the caller was very passionate about what's going on over on Chandler Street, and why isn't the city councilor who's responsible for that area, why is it not being addressed?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Sarai Rivera.
I don't know if Sarai goes down Chandler Street, but I know she might bump.
It's by Chandler and Maine, so
yeah, I don't know. She got Maine, I believe, or I don't know who's over there in the other district. That District 2?
It might be, but I know that that's one of the places where Michael Gaffney and Corinne Gaffney were cleaning. They were doing the little flower pots, cleaning up the little plots around the trees and putting mulch down and stuff like that. That does nothing for the drug dealing and the crime.
No, they got that halfway house over there and stuff like that on Chandler Street.
Right. So
but they put them out on the daytime.
Yeah, they put them out, and then they got nothing to do but sell drugs and hang out and loiter.
That's it.
So let me look at the Worcester districts.
I know I go do laundry about once a week over on Chandler Street in this laundromat that's well frequented by the homeless population and by the people with drug addiction and stuff like that.
Yep.
Over there on Chandler Street, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now, just doing kind of my own little research on the homeless problem and the drug problem by going into the laundromat and interacting with the people that come in and out of there and stuff, because I wanted to see what the real problem was from their perspective. I was on the committee in downtown. I forget the name of the committee. They were going to take care of all this stuff. They had no clue. They had no base to say what was it about. So that's why I had to leave that committee and go out there and find out for myself just what these people are doing out there. And it seems like they're just bored. A
Yep.
lot of the people that you see out there are bored. A lot more of the people out there, they got lots of issues. There's a lot of issues that go on in there. This is just my own personal research of 2 years that I was doing, only based in one location and within the laundromat and stuff. So not very scientific, not very large, but it does have a little bit of value. At least for me, I have a better understanding and a better sympathy, not sympathy, but a better way of looking at the people that are forced to frequent those areas. They come in there, you know, in the wintertime there's more people in the laundromat because it's hot, you know, and they come in there and there's a bathroom next door and stuff, so they come in there to seek shelter because they have nothing to do.
Yep.
But while they're in there too, they're also communicating with themselves back and forth. I heard many conversations with one person, you know, telling somebody else, well, this is what you want to do when you go into the shelter. This is how you got to act. This is where you got to go. This is what you look out for. Be careful about this. They were giving them the whole guidelines on how to act within that environment, which I thought was really, you know, really normal, but you know, a nice thing for them to do. So I can't answer that guy's question about what, you know, why nobody's doing anything on that. The homeless people themselves, there's several different variations of the homeless there. There's the criminal element that he was talking about that's into selling drugs and stuff. I don't think they're homeless. I think they're just using that area because it's right there frequently.
That's where the customers are.
The customers are there.
So what we need, so since we can't answer the question because I cannot answer the question myself, I speak for myself, I think what we can do is we can invite the police chief.
Yeah, anybody wants to.
Sergeant. We can invite some of city officials or some city council members to come on Voice of the Voiceless, sit down and discuss with us, because the people of Worcester are wanting to know why are things not changing in some of those areas around the Chandler Street areas and Main South. The prostitution is another problem.
Yeah, prostitution's a big problem. And I think it's going to be changing anyway because it's in the middle of the gentrification, and the gentrification's starting to narrow itself down. So that area is going to be renovated, totally torn down and stuff like that.
Well, I see. So gentrification doesn't exactly eliminate 100%.
No.
They still have to have a little pocket, but what they do is they put them all in a concentrated area. And what I think is happening is I think Chandler Street is becoming that concentrated area where they'll keep them all like rounded up like a herd.
Yeah, they got that little project.
Yeah, that little project. Keep them all in that little place, while good people who are just wanting to go to the store and get, you know, their milk and get their bread and get their other stuff, they have to deal with these people in this concentrated area, and it just doesn't seem, it seems like everybody else outside of the area is happy with them being put in that place.
Well, a lot of people, long as they don't see them, it doesn't exist.
Yep.
That's why I had to leave that committee. It's like you guys got the big hearts and all these things, and you're trying to intellectualize a problem that you don't understand. You know, so in doing that, you got all these righteous things that's coming in, but they're not applicable to the population that you're trying to help.
Nope, they're not.
So, you know, it's like,
so if you're not helping,
it's not bad, it's not good, but
nope, it's not.
It's just that's what it is. And the problem's not going to go away. And I don't think they solve the problem like that, you know, the Boston's doing, making them little fenced-in areas so that you can go in and do your drugs and be safe.
Keep them like animals, like cage, and now we're putting them in like animals in the cage so they can do their drugs and ruin their bodies. And knowing how bad these drugs and things are for you, we're going to let people do it legally and have no issue with it at all.
And then they think that they're going to stay, I guess, inside that area. No, they're going to walk out that area, and they're going to panhandle, they're going to steal, they're going to do whatever they do so that they can exist in that life. You know? Well, it's just living on the street. It's not easy. It's rough living on the street.
Yep.
Got to be really innovative.
Right. So back to Bill Coleman.
Bill, take care of that.
10 previous tries. 10 previous tries to get elected into Worcester City Council. That's 20 years. He's 62 years old. I hope he gets in this year.
I hope he gets in too. Like I say, he got a lot of resolve. He's staying in court. But he has. you know, I've been here for a little bit, and I've watched, you know, I've seen Bill Coleman. He has cleaned up his act, and he's changed himself, and he looks a lot more like he can actually be a force when he gets in there.
He's carrying himself more like an elected official?
Like an elected official. He's doing, I think he's doing the things that's necessary to get elected, and that's powerful. And he's doing it without the help of the social warriors and all those people that, you know, it's like, you're the ones complaining there's no black faces on the city council.
Exactly.
And then here's a guy, you know, and you're not helping him.
They never helped him in the first place, even before. See, so now the new thing is, this is the new thing. The new thing is that he's aligned himself with Michael Gaffney, so that's the reason why they hate him. But they didn't care about him before he aligned himself with Michael Gaffney either.
No.
At all.
No, they just hate Michael Gaffney.
Right. It's just all about hating Michael Gaffney. It's not about caring about Bill Coleman. And it's kind of it's just being patronizing to criticize Bill Coleman for siding with Michael Gaffney because you wasn't supporting him the last, like I said, 10 previous tries to get in. I don't know who was trying to elect him.
I think Bill Coleman is his own man. Yep. You know, and he's not gonna, you know, take on Michael Gaffney's agenda. You know, I don't believe that's going to happen at all. I think he'll stay his own course. Yeah. We're getting phone calls. Wow. Everybody can call in. Here's the number for everybody to call in. 508-753-2284.
Yeah, we'll talk about it right now.
84. That's again, that's 508-753-2284.
All right.
So you can
we'll
call
talk
in.
about it now. Thanks for the call.
We can talk about it. We can talk. If we ever figure out how to make it come on the air, we'll let you talk. Yeah. Did it work?
Nope.
I don't hear anything.
Nope, me neither.
Alright.
Well, we tried. All right, we'll talk about it now.
Yeah, we tried to get them on.
Well, so what the caller called about now and talked about was the presence of trash also in the city. Loitering and littering and things going on.
Music.
So Michael Gaffney has been cleaning up the city, so to speak.
Yeah.
He had one park that was like abandoned and the grass was growing and the weeds were growing and everything, and it was unusable. And he and his team came together and they had gotten the city to actually clean up the park, which is cool.
That's all it is cool.
Right, but shouldn't there be something more that the city council, there's bigger things, I think, bigger fish to fry in the city council than worrying about the parks, especially the small park like that. But still, the trash and the problems that's going on in the city is another issue. But with gentrification, that stuff's going to be cleaned up.
Yeah. You know, with the trash, folks, when you feel bad about yourself, you don't care about other people. Eventually, you might still love other people within your heart, and if somebody needs a hand, you'll give them a hand. But you don't care about the needs of other people or the visual kind of things that other people might see. So you're living a life that's really the worst of the worst. So if you say you had a candy bar, you throw the wrapper on the ground.
All right.
You just don't care. And the filth and the stuff, people aren't feeling good. The prostitution there is out of control. There's prostitution there. There's people, you know, it's really bad. These people are on the lowest level of their own self-esteem. Mm-hmm. They're not feeling good about themselves.
Yeah. Texas says, I don't like Bill Coleman. Bill Coleman is the worst, period. People in my community don't connect with him before or after Gaffney. People definitely could have an opinion on him when he's cooning with a white supremacist. Stop giving this white supremacist shine. Y'all be bugging.
Y'all be bugging.
So, Bill Coleman is running for office, and he's a politician.
Yeah.
People in this community don't connect with any politicians, really.
No.
And that's only some. There's one politician that some of them, not all of them, in certain communities connected with, and that's the mayor, Joe Petty.
They like the man, they like Sarai.
Sarai Rivera as well. They connected with Sarai, they connected with Joe Petty, even though Joe Petty called them uneducated, stupid morons.
Which is really ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Like, I understand Sarai Rivera completely. Yeah. I do not understand Joe Petty at all.
I don't understand.
When they show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah. I don't understand all that, the Texas remarks and stuff about Bill Coleman. I think that's an age-dated type of thing.
No, I think it's more about Michael Gaffney. I think it was more about Michael Gaffney than even Bill Coleman.
Yeah.
It was almost like we were complimenting Michael Gaffney.
Yeah, it's like Michael Gaffney. I don't think he's a good candidate for mayor or city council. Simply, cleaning up the park is not something that the city council does.
Right.
You're
I didn't think we would.
Councilman. Like I think I said this before. What you should have done is try to get summer jobs for the inner city kids to clean up the parks.
Right.
You know, brooms and bags and jobs and nourishment and food, and do all those things that takes to get those kids a job. You going out there with your little gloves on and stuff and a little bag and cleaning up the park by yourself. Cute. But that is nothing to do with any kind of leadership type of thing. That's, you know, that doesn't send, to me it doesn't send a message that you're interested in the welfare of the city.
Right.
You're interested in showing, see how good I am? That's all I get out of that.
Right. I didn't feel like we were giving Michael Gaffney all kinds of credit. We were just talking about what was happening in the city. But I do think that Bill Coleman is a politician. And by law, a lot of people in the communities, at least where I came from, don't like politicians at all. Any of them.
I don't know why.
Sarai Rivera is different. She's
a lot of people, I guess, that don't like Sarai.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Sarai, but I think the people in the community, though. I don't think that. I think the community backs Sarai Rivera as they should.
Backs her.
Right.
The politicians have to get out there and do things for their community. This isn't happening, folks. This really isn't happening within this community. This is like a game. There's some politicians that should have stepped down a long time ago. The itty-bitty little things that they bring forward is just itty little bitty things, and they really don't amount to anything. There's a call or a need for fresh blood to be injected into the city council.
Right.
You know, I think some of the ones their thought process is too, and the school committee, I don't know where some of these.
Yeah, Dante Comparetto, if I pronounce his name correct. So one of his people came to my house yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and asked if I was voting, and absolutely, they got my vote. Yeah, you know, it's like that's the only person for the schools committee that's knocked on my door or anything, and I like what I've been seeing Dante doing lately. So definitely, I wouldn't mind voting for Dante.
I think Dante would be great for the school committee. I think he's going to bring a lot of fresh ideas to the school committee, and I don't think he's going to stand on that old-fashioned way of teaching that's outdated and it's really not working.
All right, Texas says communities can relate and connect to politicians. You have to be the right candidate in my community. I see through the bull. Here's the problem with that. Here's my problem with that, and this is my pushback on that. I don't see any politicians coming out of the communities. That's the problem. It's like communities sit back and wait for a politician to come along and say, I don't like him.
Yeah.
We need the community to bring up their own politician that represents them and put them in, or vote for them. And you don't need to get 8 or 9 or 10 or 12. Get one in at a time. Get one in.
Two.
So get one in. Become substantial, and then but that's the pushback on it.
Yeah, and get them in. If you're trying to get somebody into office, you gotta work.
Yes.
There's work to be done. There's setting up what do you call them, little meet and greets, you know, for your community. It just isn't about, you know, the candidate knocking on the door. The candidate need to go what I call get into the kitchen. Bill Coleman's getting into the kitchen with his everyday morning and stuff, talking to people at breakfast and stuff. He's talking to people.
Well, he's
So-
getting in the kitchen with some interesting cooks, I'll tell you that.
I don't know who the cooks are, but he's talking to the people. You have to be a part, like some of these politicians. Gaffney has no connection to the city.
Nope.
He has a connection to the business part of the city. He has a connection to what's coming down with gentrification. He knows what's coming in, you know, because he's seen that. He has a connection to the hidden powers of the city. He
Yep.
knows who they are. I don't know whether he sides with them or against them. I don't know. Same with Joe Petty. I think Joe Petty's part of the hidden agenda of the city. I think there's a ghostly faction in the city that really is controlling the city.
Well, I know that the people
They change the
love.
lights.
Yep, but I know that the people love Joe Petty, and I think a lot of them are is because they can't stand Michael Gaffney. The text even said Michael Gaffney ain't nothing. So that just goes to show how people's feelings are on Michael Gaffney. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to a bumper break. We're going to take a bumper break, and then we will be back on Voice of the Voiceless.
All right. Michael Gaffney.
Yeah, they said go to bumper breaks from now on.
This is
Once
Michael
per show,
Bailey,
yeah.
WCUW 91.3
Yeah,
FM
do
and
that.
Souls Arising. And we're inviting you to a gospel brunch with exalted praise and director Dan Burr and the
What
Knights
is
of
that?
Time.
The bumper.
On Saturday, September 16th at 1 p.m. The Bull Mansion, New American Bistro at 55 Pearl Street in Worcester. There's free parking and tickets are $20 and it includes the buffet and program. For tickets, visit us at wcuw.org or call us at
I'm confused.
753.
That's a promotion for somebody's thing.
Once again, that is a gospel brunch on Saturday, September 16th at 1 p.m. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing all of you there.
What about Arcadia? Okay, have a commercial?
Have to ask Troy after. I would love to put a commercial on WCW.
The Center at Eagle Hill, a longtime supporter of WCUW and located just 25 scenic miles west of Worcester in Hardwick, Mass., presents Seven Bridges Road, a spot-on recreation of the original Eagle. Not just another Eagles cover band, Seven Bridges Road truly bring the intricate vocal harmonies and musical arrangements of this amazing band to life. The amphitheater at Eagle Hill includes a cash bar and food trucks for your culinary and liquid libation pleasures. That's Seven Bridges Road, performing the songs of the Eagles, Saturday, September 16th in the amphitheater of the Center at Eagle Hill, 242 Old Petersham Road, Hardwick, Mass. By phone, 413-477-6000, on the web at thecenterateaglehill.org.
What do you want to talk about when you come back?
What else? What was we talking about that
WCW
woman?
welcomes the third annual
You wanna go to
Old Town
police
Blues
and,
Music
you
Festival
wanna-
in Hillsdale, New York,
We can talk
September
about the- we
7th
can talk about the
as
hurricanes
a
and
supporter of
stuff.
community radio.
Yeah, we talked about all
Featuring
that.
Foghorn String Band, Bill and the Bells,
We'll finish up with the politicians.
Jesse Leger, Dave Davies, and the Warrior River Boys.
We have 4 things from Nate.
Carl
Oh,
Schiffler
Nate.
and Big Country Show, Tuba Skinny, Richie Tucci, and more. Swing, contra, Cajun, and square dancing, over 20 bands on 3 stages. Workshops, children's activities, local food, day and camping tickets available. Tickets at oldtonemusicfestival.com. We can't say the name of the river that is the largest in the retail world, but we put a point of entry to it on WCW.org. If you begin your retail experience via OnDog,
You can't say the name of the river that's the largest entry.
total pre-tax sales. 0.5% may not
14
sound like
seconds
much,
left
but
in the
combined with other WCW supporters, a trickle
I don't get
into a
that.
stream and then become a river of its own. WCW, there's no other radio on the planet like it. Please support it.
And we're back from that bumper break. WCW,
different.
Voice of the Voiceless. As your boy Truth It, here to address any and all things when it's time to, and it's time to.
And I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm here to keep it real for you, and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Sorry about everybody that had it, but I'm going to finish up a little bit of my comment on the politicians and stuff, and some of them might be, get their little feelings hurt. Again, I think many of the politicians, there's some like Connie Lukes, people like that there, you're too old, you're too outdated. Not saying that you're not smart now, I'm just saying that you've lost touch with the people. Your intellect has finally overtaken the socialness of that job as city council. City councilor is not a job to just the beautification of the city. You know, there's nobody in the city. What difference does it look like? You know, so I think there's a couple of other people in there too. They've outlived their usefulness in the city, and that happens with politicians a lot. You outlive your usefulness. Your agenda didn't change with the times. The whole city changed. The whole country changed. The whole age groupings have changed, but you still remain the same. It's time for you to step down, you know, and you can be very dignified as doing it too. You know,
Same thing can be said about the president.
It's same with the president, yes. You know, sometimes it's time to step down and step away from the position that you've made your own, especially in politics. Politics was never meant to be a profession that has a 20-year or a long stay to it. You know, it was something that you were supposed to be coming from your heart to help the people, but it's morphed into something that's coming just for yourself. So, you know, a lot of people enjoy your last hurrah, because I think it's time for you to move on.
Okay, do you think it was a smart move for Bill Coleman to betray his community?
I don't know if Bill Coleman believes he's betraying his community.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't.
No,
Bill Coleman doesn't. He doesn't think like people in the community thinks.
No, it's not all about victimization.
Okay.
Bill Coleman's not a victim. You know? That's obvious. Bill Coleman's been running for that seat for 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
He's staying the course. He is not a victim. Nobody can tell Bill Coleman, I have to give him kudos for that, nobody's going to tell Bill Coleman that you can't win. They all can use those words, but it doesn't go beyond that. That's it, because Bill Coleman does not see Bill Coleman as a victim or a loser. He just sees Bill Coleman has to make changes, and I saw that he's made changes. And does he have his community at heart? I think he does. I think he does, you know. I really do. I'm impressed with Bill Coleman, the new Bill Coleman that's out there. You know, I think that Bill Coleman, yeah, I'm really impressed from the old Bill Coleman that was out there. I think the new Bill Coleman that's out there has a real legitimate shot at winning his long sought after seat on the city council. And I think that he would bring to the city council some of the issues that the people in the social warrior group and those other groups really want to be addressed. I know he'd bring them up. He's not afraid of that.
I would agree with what you said if he hadn't sided with Michael Gaffney. I think if he gets elected into the city council, he may become the Connie Lukes to Michael Gaffney. It might be those three. It might be them three. He's campaigning with them. Those three, they would be three in the same pod, thinking the same way, thinking you know, I want to do something about the immigrants. I don't want it to be a sanctuary city. Bill Coleman might side with Michael Gaffney for getting them in. Trump administration just on Tuesday announced the end of DACA, a program that protected nearly 800,000 young undocumented immigrants, and I'm sure Michael Gaffney's for that as well, because everything that Donald Trump's been for, Michael Gaffney's been for, and what's going to stop Bill Coleman from agreeing with everything that Michael Gaffney says, especially if Michael Gaffney is instrumental in getting him that city council seat. That's the problem.
I hope that doesn't happen, because I don't even know how that program's going to work, because everybody's got this vision in them. You know, the immigrants that are undocumented and stuff, all undocumented immigrants aren't from Mexico or South America.
Troop, the text says you don't have to be about victimization to connect with my community. So they are telling you that their community is not all about victimization.
Their community has a heavy engagement in victimization. They talk a lot about everything that's negative, and they come out there in little spurts with a whole lot of different things like that. They got so much stuff that they know that it can't be addressed because there's too much. That's victimization in my eyes. You're not out there to really make any changes because you do not feel as though you have the power to make changes. You feel as a victim.
Hey, I just want to say quickly, the hosts of Voice of the Voiceless, Keith and Nate are both in the chat, and they're both talking. The hosts, can't wait. Hopefully, you guys come back.
Yeah.
Can't wait to to hear from you guys again. But Keith says Bill goes with what's relevant. Yeah, that's Bill will go with whatever is the in thing. He's one of those people that, if this has momentum, I'll join it. Or a KKK rally has momentum, I'll join it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the text says Troop thinks that, but Troop is not in my community like that. So
We're not in your community like that. I don't know what. Troop is just here to bring awareness to situations. I don't care, if I'm not in your community like that, come on down here and tell everybody what your community wants, what it's all about, so that Troop can be educated and understand what it is that everybody in the community wants, and then the politicians can hear that too, because that's the way you're going to get rid of the victimization, and that's the way you're going to achieve the things you want. Everybody wants the same old headline of things: jobs, cleaner streets, and things like whatever, visual and stuff like that. That's what they want, right? What are you willing to put into it? And a lot of people are willing to put into it a lot. I don't know. If you don't want to work for and with Bill Coleman, then don't. But don't let yourself defeat yourself by not doing anything or siding with somebody who's not on your side.
I'm starting to see what the problem is, Troop, though, right?
Right.
So Voice of the Voiceless used to be
for the voiceless.
Yes, used to be for the voiceless, for the community.
Yeah.
The community used to be the voiceless.
But they ain't talking.
But I see what the problem is now. After some of the hosts, kind of stepped away for a little bit or haven't been here for a little while, it seems the show has kind of switched gears and gone towards talking about more outward political issues instead of talking about community issues. What do you think about that? Do you think we've kind of slowed down and stopped talking about the community and community issues?
I think we did just what the whole country did. We've taken everything that's an issue, put it under the word racism, and then we wanted to be morally justified. That's what the country did, and I think that's what they did here. So the issues that's endemic to the local community, not all the issues are racist.
Right.
But we've taken them, just like the country, like I said, we put them all in the racist package, and we take the racist package, we stick that underneath a moral kind of fiber and everything. We want all these things. This should be this should be that, this is the right thing to do, and this is the moral and good thing to do. And if you're not doing all this stuff, you're on the other side, and that's the evil side. And this is all the liberal side over here. This is what the liberals have done. And that's what they've done in the whole country. And that's what they've done here in local community. And it doesn't fit for local community. There's local issues within the community. There's local jobs that are going out to people who don't live in the community.
But there's a lot of people in the community uplifting the community that we don't necessarily talk about because we're not there.
Yeah,
So
they're uplifting the agenda but the agenda they're uplifting is a moral agenda. There's people who don't have work because somebody from Framingham came and took their job. And that's the issues that the local people should be doing. Even that, like I said, that silly thing with Gaffney putting on gloves and cleaning up parks and stuff. Gaffney, as a city councilor and been elected a couple of times, should have got some found a way to get some money for local kids to have a summer job.
Yep.
These issues are the things that should be taken over by the local community. And if they like, but no, they want to have bigger, grandiose issues and those issues really aren't in effect anymore. The racism and all that stuff, it's getting overshadowed by the moral agenda. There's a good and bad now. That's what it is.
But this is why I applaud the community. The community is doing things just like the texter says. That Woody had an event, Anthony had a community tournament. Barbershops gave a lot back to the community, like the backpack drive, like Melissa Watson before, you know, of 1,000 before her barbershop, whatever the state of it is now. She was giving a lot back to the community, backpack drives, feeding the homeless, and all of that stuff should be applauded.
It should be applauded.
It should be applauded. But I think what is missing and what is needed is that we need to get people who are really going to run and actually do something in terms of an office.
I don't know who that is at the door.
So unless we, that's what the community needs to do next. The community is good at taking care of their own.
Yeah, they need to take care of their own, and they need to applaud. There should be applause and kudos, and there should be publicity, and there should be people get recognitions and stuff on taking care of their own.
But it's time to go to the next level. It's time to go to the next level, though. Yeah. We need to get one in city council. Even one. We need to get one fighting for more communities. Soraya Rivera can't do it by herself if she's the one doing it. So we need to get more. Something else needs to happen, and then, you know, like I said, we can't do it. The community can't do it on their own. They need to get someone. Anyone, even if it's someone in high school right now, someone that they can groom and prepare for the future and get them ready to run for city council or to run even for mayor, run for a politician, run for power, run for police chief, anything in the city. The community cannot be an isolated bubble and expect change. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%.
With us not knowing about the like I've known about the backpack drives and some of the other things, but me not knowing about every community event isn't necessarily only my fault. It's partially my fault, but it's partially the community's fault too, because the community has to get out there to make change.
They need.
You have to operate outside of the community.
Yeah, they need to stop trying to make 100 things your issue. You know, they need to take the issues at hand that really affect you and change those. You're absolutely correct. And there's a lot of people out there in the community that's doing all this work, and it's not being announced that they're doing these work. We're all waiting for the negative things to happen. Oh yeah, everybody knows that this person said something sexual to this one, and now this, all this here. Everything the negative is out there, everybody knows about. The positive, you get a few people that know about. The other things that are even more positive, they're not even being addressed. You know, right. There's a whole kind of physical fitness. It's an underground physical fitness in the boxing that's trying to get a foothold in Worcester and start to do it. It's going to be really good for inner city kids, you know, boxing and stuff. It worked before, it'll work again to give kids something to do and give their self-esteem a boost. You know, because it's not like playing basketball and stuff. You can play basketball all your life and never shoot the ball. You know.
Texas says, I could run, Will, you can run, and Troop, you're not going to be here, so we are just talking. But that's what we're supposed to be doing, the voice of the voiceless. Yeah. But so if I ran, I would be destroyed. I have a mental health issue history that would be definitely targeted by people that would not want me into running as a city council member or anything like that. As a politician, they check and double check your history, double check and check everything about you, and anything that comes back as checkered is what they'll capitalize on.
Yeah, and you know, I've already been a politician. I was elected to the ward committee before, when ward committee was something that you had to run to down in Jamaica Plain, Mission Hill. I've been in politics. I'm not that good at politics. I'm pretty good at politics. I'm not that good at politics. I'm one of them tacticians from behind the scene. You know, I can help out somebody to be able to give them confidence within themselves so that they can address situations and not be afraid. I can stand behind somebody. I can even jump in front of bullets for people and stuff like that when the things come. But I'm not one of them people like that's kind of a data collecting type of politician that we have today. I'm not like that. You know. And if somebody else who's out there, if they're like that, they should run.
Texter says the smoking mirrors. The real thing is capitalism, and that is that is the main thing. Capitalism. It's not racism is an underlying problem. Capitalism is the big issue. That's what people want.
This is the thing that I just said, but I should have finished it like this here. He's absolutely correct, or she's absolutely correct. Capitalism is the evil that everybody wants.
Yep.
The moral high ground that everybody's looking for, the good, is being taken in, and the platforms and ladders that they're using to show this moral high ground is calling everything racist. You know, and rather than calling everything by its name. But the evil is definitely capitalism. If in this country, if you don't have the power, and the power comes with money, then you're mostly by yourself. Because if you get the power and with the money, you have an army behind you. Not to say that they're good, but there's an army behind you. You don't have an army behind you if you have nothing to offer. You know, but to grab that power, you have to get them in on that local level of political, and you have to bring your agendas forward. This is what I see anyway. I could be 100% wrong.
Right.
You know.
All right. Thanks for the call.
You never know.
Thank you. Yeah. Caller just called and said they agreed with our opinions, and they wanted to say thank you. And they said that they would never vote for Gaffney, and that that Donald Trump is the problem.
Donald Trump is the problem.
But so the caller said that he would never vote for Gaffney or his wife if they were the only two people on the ballot. They would rather not vote.
Yeah, but then that's a good thing that you know they can see where their heart lies.
Yep.
And that's a powerful thing. I'm not advocating for anybody to vote for anybody, really. You know, you vote for your heart. You vote for that person who's going to do the best for you.
Yep.
If they're not going to do things in your interest, why would you vote for them?
Right.
And just because you didn't cast a ballot, if you don't cast a ballot for someone who's going to do your issue and you just don't do anything, that's almost like a vote for that other person.
Yes.
It may be a half a vote.
Yep.
You know, and so politics is a very hard game to play now. It's not like it was when it started in this country. You know, well, we want to do A, B, C, and D, so these people are going to do this, and they're going to bring it down to Washington and do all the talking for it. It's not like that anymore. You know, it's morphed into something that's way more insidious than that. And insidious because it's so powerful that it controls people's lives. The people aren't controlling the politics are controlling the people.
Right.
And that's all backwards.
Yep.
You know, that's all backwards. The politicians should never have got that much power to where the lives of millions of people in inner city dwellings, just because they don't have money or just because whatever their reason might be, are controlled by these people here. You know, with all this money, and it's ridiculous. They have no voice. They need to have that voice to be able to talk up, and that voice needs to come. That voice needs to come from within the halls of the political arena.
Right.
Not from it needs to be on the outside, but that voice on the outside, it can be twisted. It needs to be on the inside where that voice can't be twisted, that voice becomes powerful.
True.
Yeah?
Let me ask you this question. Since we're closing down towards the final minutes of Voice the Voiceless.
Stole
Yes, that would be the ultimate answer for everything in life. But should I run, Troop?
if you want to, you should not run for politics if you really, really, really in your heart don't think that you can take the slings and arrows that's going to be shot at you. If you know that you're strong enough to take the hits that they're going to throw at you and throw back for the people, not throw back to protect your image, but to throw back for the people. And I think the politicians, if you're strong enough not to tell a lie to make yourself look better, then you should run for politics. Other than that, you won't be useful.
If I run, my thing wouldn't be to hate Michael Gaffney. My thing would be to do what's right for the community and do it right for the lesser people.
That's
period.
It. Michael Gaffney will hate himself. He's really a non-entity.
Right.
You know, he's a non-entity if the people come out there and they go and vote him out. He might get in this one time, but the next time it's like you're useless. You can't do anything because we're not doing that. You know, this is what the people want. This is what I'm pushing. Sit down. You got to sit down. You got 2 minutes on the floor. I'm taking 5 because I got a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. If you get elected into the thing, they can't do anything.
Nope,
They'll
not
give you all
once you get
these rules. You're elected by the people. The people can get you out. They can't. They can say, I don't like him, and call them your names and stuff. Who cares? The people will say, he's got our back. He's doing what we need to be done. And that's what it needs. Michael Gaffney is not for the people.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Connie Luke's definitely not for the people. I don't even know if she knows what the people look like. You know, she's totally outside the thing. There's a couple other, I don't even know their names and stuff, but they're outside the realm of the people.
Well, the question that will be answered is, will Bill Coleman be another one that will be grouped with them or not?
I'm excited that Bill Coleman is actually running a campaign that has a little bit of salt to it, you know, and give it some flavor, you know. That's what I'm excited about.
Yep.
I think Bill Coleman has the best shot that he's had in 20 years on getting elected.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not because he sided with Michael Gaffney. It's because of all the things that Bill Coleman has done on his own. Because Michael Gaffney's agenda is weak. All the agendas that I see out there are weak. There's not a lot of politicking or politicizing or whatever you want to call it going on in Worcester at the minute. And there's a big race coming up, but there's not a lot of people engaged in doing things.
Yep.
And that's kind of sad, because that's just saying that the people are losing interest in trying to change the political agenda here in Worcester. All they want to do, like you said earlier, they're on some big high level of the national issue or something.
Yep.
Rather than on the local level where they should be, because that what it directly affects them. That's where the food is that goes into your mouth. It's on the local level. It's not on the national level. So it's you know, it's like those big issues are great, but if you can't take care of your own home, then just, you know.
I wonder how much do city councilors get paid?
I don't know.
That's the next thing I need to know. I got a family to feed. All right, well, we have a couple minutes left.
I want to thank all them people for calling in, texting in, having a good time and stuff. Keith, Nate, Mike, all the people. I don't know if Mike was there, and all the people that come on back. Yep. Sit down. All you politicians.
Reclaim your throne at the Voice of the Voiceless table. I'm only sitting here because y'all ain't. Y'all come back and get y'all chair.
That's right, yeah. And you know, the Voice of the Voiceless and the other shows we do, you know, we're thinking on having a day down in the Elm Park for 2 hours, and you can come down and take a selfie with the cast from Voice of the Voiceless, Two-Bit, and Archangel.
That's right.
Return to Chivalry, you know. But they'll be probably at the end of September. And Nate, keep y'all part of the family of Voice of the Voiceless.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, all you guys, this is all part of your family, and we'll let you know if we're going to do that and keep it in line so that you too can come down there and let yourself be photographed with all the good people of Worcester.
All right, Troop, have that one.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody out there is to have that fun, 'cause that's the most important part of life.
That's right.
Having that fun, do something good. And I want to shout out to my two scientists who are back in school, all scientists, that's Mason and Max, and all special ops. So I'll give them a hoo-up.
All right.
And my lovely bride, Laura, so I
That's
don't
what I was
get
waiting
beat up.
for. All right, and I'd like to give a shout out to Vincent tonight, Mike Ladd at 7 p.m. Boogie's Chillin' at 8 p.m. tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. 49 Suffolk Street, live on the air and on the web at WCUW.org. It's your boy Truth It. I'll holla.
Hi, this is Emma with the Regional Environmental Council. You're listening to
Who's that, Nate
WCUW
Keefe all the
Worcester
time?
91.3
Nate Keefe and a couple of
FM,
people.
community radio serving Central
Couple other
Massachusetts,
peeps,
yeah.
online at WCUW.org.
Yep.
I hope everybody gets pissed.
WCW welcomes the
You made a
third
good
annual
point, a
Old
great
Town Woods
point.
Music Festival in Hillsborough.
Which one?